So, Samsung KS8000. After all these years since 2016, I gotta tell you, this is probably the best TV that I bought in 2016, and probably one of the happiest purchases that I ever made. And it really shows you what uh, LCD technology can do and the longevity of LCD technology. And one example is Samsung KS8000. I had this TV since 2016 May, I believe. Was it 2016 May or June? Something like that. Might have been May. And it was during the summer. And ever since I got this TV, before that I had LG UH7700. I returned that crap and got this, and I'm glad that I did. Ever since I purchased this TV since 2016, I haven't had any issues. The picture quality was always top notch. The color accuracy was way ahead of its time in 2016 with the quantum dot technology that was being implemented here. The peak brightness was the best peak brightness that you can get on the TV back then. And here we are. Fast forward 3.5 years, almost 4 years, 3.5 years. We're almost into 2019. Here we are after 3.5 years, and this TV still looks great. It still doesn't disappoint, especially with this new update 1231.1 that you have to go through Samsung website and use your thumbstick memory, and then you have to download it. You have to import it from your computer into the flash thumbstick drive, and then put it into your Samsung USB connector one hub, and then you gotta select through the main menu to search, to manually update and find that 2 GB firmware update. And then once you update it, you will notice the contrast enhancer is much better. The contrast ratio on the contrast enhancer is much better. Even the edge lit has been reduced a little bit. It looks better. Motion flow looks better. And here we are, an old TV from 2016, and it still looks great. It's almost I wouldn't say 3.5 years, 2.5 years. I mean, the TV itself, was released in 2015, I believe. But I got it in 2016. So the TV itself, it's 3 years. But I had it for 2.5 years, almost 3 years, 2.5 years. Circle it. But even after all these years, and I have done thousands of tests on this TV. When I say thousands of hours, I have put in thousands of hours. I have videos to prove that. Thousands of hours into this TV. I've tested everything. Everything that you can think of, from video games, movies, Blu-ray movies, devices like Apple, Chrome, NVIDIA Shield, you name it. I have tested everything on this TV. Day in, day out, night in, night out. Every day I was testing this TV, and it's still working, and it still doesn't disappoint, and it still looks great. So for those of you who might be thinking about getting this TV, first of all, make sure that's in a good condition. You got to make sure that when you buy something like this, you got to make sure that's in a good condition, that it's not cracked, that the panel's not peeled off. Make sure that it's working good. And after that, just update the firmware update, and you will see just that this TV still can hold its own. Now, let's make one thing clear. This is not better than Q9FN or Q8FN. This is why Samsung created a Q9 and Q8 with a much more aggressive local dimming. This is edge lit and much higher peak brightness and much higher color accuracy. Okay, that's why they created QLED, Q8 and Q9, Q8FN and Q9FN. It is not better, but this, if you have this TV, this is as close to Q6 or maybe Q7. The only difference is there's no FreeSync, and there's no 120 hertz refresh rate. But it still has a good game mode. It has a game mode feature and still runs good. It's a very low input lag. So if you can get Ks-8000, if you can find this used somewhere out there for a really good price, I'm telling you, you guys will not be disappointed. People ask me, how does this TV stack up against Sony X900E? Well, first of all, Sony X900E has more features for you to calibrate your TV picture settings. To me, Sony X900E, it's a perfect TV if you want to use calibrating equipment, because there's so many tools and features available for you to adjust the picture settings on that TV in the best possible way. But still, I would prefer Ks-8000 any day, any time over Sony X900E. It's definitely a better TV in terms of color accuracy and in terms of peak brightness. So there you have it. This is how I feel about Ks-8000 after all these years that I've been testing this TV. I've tested this TV like I have, God, I don't even know how many, maybe 400 videos, maybe even more, just on this TV alone. I think it's probably 1,000 videos. It's probably more than that I have tested this TV. It's just ridiculous. So there you have it. That's my thoughts and views so far on Samsung Ks-8000 after all these years. And this TV still holds up.